I know you said before that going past Aaron Finch as the leading run scorer isn't a big deal for you, but was there a moment where you kind of looked up at him when you got past him?
Yeah, I didn't even know what was going on. Look, if you play long enough, you're going to get a lot of runs, and you're going to have these milestones. But for me, it was about going out there and trying to assess these conditions and sort of lay a platform to build to a good total. And there was serious striking there towards the back end from Stoyne, and obviously a day out for him with the ball as well.
Just how difficult was it those first 10 overs or so?
Yeah, look, when you lose wickets early, you're still trying to assess the conditions. I think when you're bowling like sort of at 120 to 125, it's hard to sort of target your areas. The ball back of a length was sort of like skidding and not bouncing, and then left arm orthodox was bowling. I think it was 110 k's an hour, and you just couldn't get under him. So, sometimes you feel like when someone's going, you get the raw end of the deal, and you feel like you're sort of getting that one or two balls and over. And you sometimes feel like you just got to get off strike, and that's all I was trying to do, was trying to get off strike and give him that, sort of that roll at the back end. And then we decided around, I think, the 14th or 15th to try and push the button.
How do you bowl? I mean, you guys have big bowlers, right? Like, is it the case that guys like Ellis or even Stoinis might be, thinking ahead to England, might be really effective on these kind of wickets?
Look, it's a day game, so I think towards the back end there it got really, really wet. So the ball was skidding on a little bit. There wasn't as much turn as we thought there would have been. But look, yet again, it's what wicket's going to be produced. Is it going to be the same game played the day before on the same wicket? We've got to expect it. We've got the practice wickets are like that as well. So it's about how you're going to hit the boundaries, how you're going to rotate strike. You're going to have to run hard. It's not the just going out there and trying to slog. It's quite difficult.
Dave, I know being written off and talked down before these tournaments is sort of not a new thing for you to experience, but how much does it, fuel you and motivate you when you get here and it's actually game time?
It doesn't fuel me. It's more about like it's it's in one ear out the other. Like, I don't understand why it's always about myself. Like, there's 11 players in the team. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. But I just go out there and do my job. That's what my job is, to go out there and score runs. Like, people think they have to keep criticising the way that I play, or I don't know what it is. Honestly, I've got no answers to why people write that. So I've had it my whole career, so I don't look at it. I don't listen to it. And when you're halfway around the world, or you're pretty much all the way around the world, you don't even see it. So look, as long as I'm contributing to the team and putting us in the best position possible, I'll just keep trying my best.
In terms of the conditions and how you played them today, were you shocked by what you confronted out there, or were you expecting that? And how quickly can you adapt the way that you play?
Oh, I'm not shocked. I played a CPL here in 2018. Played a lot of cricket over here. They're all the same. I think the variation in bounce is the one that surprises you, because you naturally, when they pitch the ball sort of that 8 metre length, your natural instinct is to go pull it. Like, it's just what it is. So you have to go back to like targeting straight, just backing yourself, and if it does bounce, so be it. I think it's expected to be low rather than bounce, unless it's real short.
Does it make, you played one shot where you kind of preempted it and kind of lapped him over the top. Those kind of shots, is it difficult to kind of premeditate, or when you can't trust the bounce, or when you can't trust the pace of the pitch?
No, it's probably easier to play that. It's more about, I missed a heap of reverse sweeps, but it's the slowness of the wicket. So, you probably just got to hold your shape a little bit more, or wait for the ball a fraction longer. If they're bowling around the wicket into your pads, it's an easy option. You know what to do. So it's not really premeditating. It's actually knowing what the bowler's going to bowl, given that the short side was on my offside. So, look, these shots we practice. We expected to execute them, especially when reverse sweeps is sort of like your bread and butter as well. So just have to adjust to the slowness of the wicket. Come up against England, they got a bit more pace, so that's going to be a little bit better. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit different during the day.
And just, when it's still a World Cup, and you said there could be different types of pitches, is it important to tell yourself that don't go in with a preconceived notion, you actually face a couple of balls and then decide what you want to do with the pitch?
Yeah, you just got to assess the conditions. It's pretty much the same as when we were in Dubai when we won. those wickets were so different. Like they were green, nipping, then they were a bit slow and they were turning. You just got to adapt, and I think on these surfaces you just can't just, I think you can't lose your shape. You still got to like try and, bat conventionally, but if it's in your zone, still hold your shape and try and clear the boundary. Like boundaries aren't too big here. One side was big because we were playing on the other side of the ground, but look, I think come game day against England, there's going to be a big breeze. So that's another factor you've got to bring into it.
Can I just ask you about walking into the wrong dressing room? Was it just like Kensington Oval, you haven't come here for a while, or just...
No, I didn't even. I was exhausted, so I didn't even think about it, to be honest. I didn't even know what was happening. I thought someone was calling me back. Yeah, so...
Dave, England being the next game, it's T20 cricket, not Test cricket, but that rivalry is still there. The two pace attacks, like, can we still see them roughing batsmen up a bit? Like, will we see that fire, Archer and Wood? And
I think on these wickets, like, it's going to be natural variation, isn't it? So, it's upon you as a batter to try and adjust to that. But when it comes to, like I know everyone talks about rivalry with the Ashes and all that, but it's 2020 cricket, they're the reigning champions. We have to respect that. We'll come out here and be on our game. It'd be great to get momentum and get one up on them. Because then you just never know in these pool games. Someone can turn it on and you can lose one, given that there was a washout as well for them. So, now look, we've just got to stick to our basics and make sure we come out with a good game plan.
how does facing Archer and Wood differ in T20 cricket to Test cricket?
Well, the users use their pace. Test cricket, they set different fields, different balls. In 2020 cricket, you only have to get half an edge on it and it can go. So there's a fair difference.
And just with, can I just ask with Pat, like missing today, people back home would be surprised by that. What was the thinking if you kind of know, and do you expect him to be back?
I'm not sure. To be honest, I don't know. People questioned me when I got injured, said I was dropped, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I think given the amount of cricket that he's played, I think they might have rested him. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that we don't get these answers.
Yeah.
I think they're looking after him. I don't know. Cole, what are they doing with Camo? Was he selected? Not selected.
But he him as a T20 bowler, mate. Like, just what will he bring to that game if he does come back in?
Oh yeah, experience. I think with him, his execution is always on point. And I think the difference with Paddy as well is that he's got the height and he stands the ball up, and on this surface it can be up and down. So hopefully for whatever reason it is or not, hopefully we see him again.